Hello, good evening. It's time for the weather update. It's 9:30, May 4th, 2021, and we had a little bit of sun today, especially in the early evening hours before it set. Otherwise, it was just another fairly cloudy day across the area. And you could see some cloud, looks like some convection activity here going on to the south of us. We're going to pull up the radar right now, and you can see here that we actually have thunderstorms, actually a complex of thunderstorms south of Atlantic City right now, as well as some more in Pennsylvania and New York as well. And this is all part of a line that just extends all the way down right through the Midwest. And this is the same system. Actually, I think this is the system right here. Look at this. This is over the south right now. Again, getting hammered with some severe weather. And they actually have had a lot of tornadoes there as well yesterday. Right now, looking at the weather and hazards map, I don't see any tornado warnings out, but I see a whole lot of severe thunderstorm warnings, severe thunderstorm watches, and also tornado watches in parts of Louisiana and Mississippi. But close to our area, things are much calmer than that. We have temperatures generally in the mid-50s. We have a pretty good southeast wind, which is keeping the temperatures down for the whole area, including those in New Jersey. It's a little humid out there, though. The dew points are up into the low 50s. So you're feeling just a little bit of humidity. Looking at the day-to-day across the area, we'll look at the observation of Farmingdale right now, 56. It got up close to 70 degrees before the wind shifted to the southeast, and we cooled off. Other than that, just you can see that those dew points are a little on the high side, so you're feeling just a little bit of humidity out there. If we go and we look at, we'll put these on the high temperatures. Also going to look at the rainfall too that we got last night as well. So you can see highs generally, much warmer in Jersey. Look at that. Oh man, it almost got close to 80 there. Wow. Well, I guess before the sea breeze kicked in, it got 79 in west of Toms River again. So much hotter there. That's quite a surprise because here it was not like that at all. Not like that at all. Temperatures generally around 70 degrees. Even the city got up to 72, so that's not too bad. All right, well, I'll now look at the precipitation, the rainfall amount. And I'm going to have to look and see because it has cooled off now. So let's start this last night as of midnight. See how much rain we've gotten. Probably not a lot, not a ton. About a half an inch. Some scattered areas that got a half an inch. 0.28 at Carl Place, 0.45. I mean, nothing really remarkable. Just showing you that we did get some areas did wind up getting a decent amount of rain. Looks like the North Shore of Suffolk got, I see a 0.90 there in Port Jefferson there. So it looks like they got a little more. Let's look at New Jersey, see how they did. Because, it's been kind of dry lately. Very little down there. And there was actually a brush fire the other day by the Atlantic City airport. So not a whole lot of rain there and much hotter. So that's why they seem to be having more fires going on there versus here. We're going to actually look at Tom to see, because I want to see what happened, how that temperature dropped off, and when that temperature dropped off. This thing says 78, but you can see it was well into the 70s, and then it started cooling off, later on in the afternoon when the wind was wet northwesterly, and then it went to southeast, and that's what dropped the temperature. But before it did, and it was more humid there too. Dew points got up into the low 60s. So, once again, New Jersey showing that it's a hot place. It's a hot place. And this is the National Weather Service radar, and you can see again they actually have some marine warnings out for some of these storms that are off the. Got to use their radar. I know it's awful. And by the way, lightning maps still having problems with that site. So go back to this. Still hasn't loaded yet. I mean, this radar is just awful. It's just awful. There it is. So there's this complex. It looked like there was some warnings with this, but now I can't find them for whatever reason. Their radar is really buggy. It's just a shame what's happened. But anyway, let's go look and see what's going to be happening now over the next couple of days, because we do have some active weather heading into our area here. Let me change this regions to the eastern U.S. view so you can get an idea of what's going to be happening on the. We'll start with the GFS. So you can see we have this system that's going to be heading in our direction here. It's going to bring showers and thunderstorms tonight, and then we have a cold front moving through tomorrow, and then it'll bring drier air, and Thursday should be your best day of the week. And then Friday we have this system now. It's being suppressed. So that's the system that originally was supposed to form. It looks like it's a lot more broken. Now it's forming something a little later on Friday, but that system seems to stay offshore. So that means Friday will probably be a dry day. And then we'll have to worry about this thing coming close to us on Saturday. Look at what it does, too. It comes, and then it actually turns back toward the coast on Saturday. So that might keep some rain chances in on Saturday, and hits Nova Scotia as a pretty intense coastal storm. And then as we get into next week, some more unsettled weather again with another system and some stall front syndrome. Then maybe this high will be able to build down next week. And it looks like, according to the GFS, it does eventually build down and push that stall front away. But we're going to be dealing with it for at least part of the weekend into the first part of next week. So taking a closer look, let's go to the HRRR now. The 0Z HRRR, which I still don't have fully in, but it is definitely enough to show you tomorrow. So let's get that to load here. So we have those showers and thunderstorms possible tonight, though not a whole lot on the HRRR, really. Very little, very scattered. The next area would come in the afternoon tomorrow. And again, it's like there's two parts to it. There's a light rain area that goes over. It starts late morning, early afternoon. And then there's the actual cold front. I think this is it right here that would move through in the afternoon, say around 3, maybe 4 o'clock. That moves through, and then we start drying out toward the evening. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, because that could produce some thunderstorms. Probably nothing severe. I don't think the conditions are going to be met for that. But it is definitely, it could bring some thunderstorms with heavy rain, perhaps. And when all is said and done, let's see how much rainfall that the HRRR does wind up generating here. Yeah, only with the heavier showers or thunderstorms would be, maybe you could get 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch, but most of us see less than that, according to what the HRRR seems to think anyway. And we'll go look at the dew points to show you. This will also show you where the front is. So pull this back to the night. So you can see we were in this easterly, southeasterly flow, backdoor cold front, with that heat and the humidity kind of suppressed to over New Jersey again. We see the same thing tomorrow, and that's marine air is going to help, I think, stabilize the air and kind of reduce the risk of any heavy thunderstorms that would form. That's more likely over New Jersey. And then the cold front comes through tomorrow night, and you can see northwest winds and the dew points start dropping. So I'm not really too gung-ho on a severe weather threat tomorrow. Could be some showers and thunderstorms. We can also look at the NAM as well, with the NAM 3 with the precipitation, and you'll see probably the same trend on this, I hope. So yeah, you can see it does have some impressive cells just offshore. This is the NAM. And then tomorrow you could see it really doesn't generate much at all. So it's looking like would look like we could get some heavy storms, but now it's saying it's really going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Our best chance is actually later tonight in the overnight, not so much tomorrow. I think it's mostly light rain. You can see what happens. So not really a whole lot going on this. Not a whole lot. I'll push this over to the skies now. So we'll look at the skies. Obviously, we're going to have plenty of clouds, but we may have some breaks of sun in the afternoon and in the evening, which may cause some instability showers. And then for Thursday, we clear it out. And NAM seems to think there'll be some clouds around. I don't know if those are high clouds or low clouds. It's hard to tell. Is that high cloud or low clouds? It would be high clouds. So maybe some higher clouds off to the north of Long Island. But I think for most of us, we stay fairly clear and sunny. Let me go back to the HRRR, and I'll pull up the temperatures for tomorrow as we head into tomorrow, because I think you're going to see that variation that you saw today, with parts of New Jersey getting up into the 70s, maybe even 80, especially Ocean County and south, while Long Island is in the 50s. And then for Thursday, you can see we are in the probably be reaching this. I'll push this over to the GFS so you can see what happens for Thursday. But we'll probably be in the low 60s, so fairly seasonable. And then Friday, nothing really too warm with the northwest flows that we're in. I don't think we're going to see any really warm weather. And then next week, you can see not really much in the way of heat because we don't really have any big ridges that are developing. We still have these troughs passing through, bringing these cold fronts through. So let's look at the GFS here. This is GFS for Thursday. So looks like it wants to generate some more clouds over New Jersey if it keeps Long Island clear. Here is Friday, obviously dealing with more clouds with that system offshore. And you can sort of see it right there, that system offshore. We're kind of stuck in the clouds and possibly chances for showers on Saturday. So the weekend looks a little unsettled, and it won't really be until next week when we start pushing this stuff south, and then we have some nicer weather building in, hopefully. I guess we're going to look at the RGM next for the skies. Okay, let's do that. All right, so here's the RGM, and again, you see all the clouds, but you see what happens for Thursday. So it looks like there may be trying to be some cirrus around on Thursday, perhaps. Some scattered cirrus, perhaps. Nothing thick, but I don't know if we're going to have a nice blue sky. And then there's your storm again. This would be your storm again for the weekend. And I want to look at this on the RGM as well. So I'm going to look at a couple our next chance for precipitation after we get through the overnight hours. Our next chance would be this storm. And this storm, again, really intense. The RGM really almost makes it look tropical almost in nature. This would be the RGM. And again, let's look at the winds around this. And again, this is quite a wind generator. And it looks like it's got an eye. So quite unusual to see. And again, this is an issue as we deal more and more with climate change that we're going to see these type of systems, which is a problem for people living along the coast, especially within a couple of miles of the water. Again, South Shore, but hey, again, people would rather be on the South Shore because they want to be around people that look like them and, talk like them and dress like them than be around all kinds of people. And, they're being completely, I don't know what the word is. I'm trying to think of the word. It's not, they're lacking common sense, but there's another word that you can use to describe people like that. Just being completely unrealistic. I don't know. But anyway, this is a storm right here. Not really going to threaten Long Island much. But still, this is something we're going to see. This looks tropical almost. Because if you look at the center, there's no wind in it. It's like it almost looks like it has an eye to it. Let's go ahead and look at the NAM 12 as well with this. I don't have enough of the 0Z in. But I'm not going to write that Friday system off yet. It has to be watched. Let's see. Yeah, the NAM doesn't even show it on here. It doesn't even show it. So you see the models are all over the place with this. The NAM doesn't even show the system on here. The GFS shows it, but it has it going well to the east. There it is. So something is going to form off the East Coast Friday into Saturday, and we're going to have to keep an eye on it. I don't want to write it off yet. I really don't want to write it off. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. Right now, it seems to think that it misses us. All the models seem to think that, but still, something's going to form, and there's going to be some effects from it. It's the RGM is really impressive with that, I got to say. We know the RGM likes to crank things up, but this would be pretty impressive right here. Pretty impressive coastal storm, possible tropical hybrid going on there. So, again, pretty impressive there for what it is. But, again, even on the RGM, it does wind up missing us. You can also look at the ICON, which doesn't even show it. So you can see some models don't have it all. Some models have it. As we get closer, we'll get an idea. Though I'm pretty sure it's not going to hit us, but it's something we need to watch for sure. Let me go over to the Ventus sky as well. We're going to look at this and use this to look at our thunderstorm threat. And this kind of visualizes here very well with the temperatures. In fact, if we go to 1 to ground, you can also visualize this as well. You can see look at how much warmer it is in Pennsylvania and parts of New Jersey right now. So you can clearly see where the backdoor front is. We draw it up right here. This is your backdoor front right here. All right, so it's sitting right over here. All right. and it has moved. It has moved southwestward throughout the day. But you can still see this is where the heat is, right here in Pennsylvania. But this could wind up moving back a little more tomorrow. It's pretty much stalled out. I mean, it moves back and forth. I mean, it's not uncommon to see this in the spring to have a backdoor front stalled out like that. But that, is the focus perhaps for some thunderstorms. So let's look at the Cape levels as we head into tomorrow on this. This uses the HRRR. So you can see the Cape levels here. There's some Cape over New Jersey, but nothing for us. Nothing really for us developing here on this. You don't see anything. All right, but the lifted index is where we're going to see those higher numbers over New Jersey. So you can clearly see that much higher numbers over New Jersey. We were showing you this yesterday. All right, here's 5 a.m., 8 a.m. You can see Long Island is sitting in a stable environment. So that's why I don't really think we're going to avoid the thunderstorms for tomorrow. I really do. We're sitting in a fairly stable environment. Our best chance for any showers of thunderstorms with heavy rain at least would be in the late afternoon hours. But I just don't see it happening. I think with that marine air, I just don't see it happening. Because if we put the temperatures up here, you'll see it's cool over Long Island. It's much warmer over New Jersey. But by 5 p.m., you're already starting to see the northwest winds working. If we rewind this back to 1 o'clock tomorrow, you'll see, look at Long Island, quite cool, only in the 50s. Look at how hot it is in parts of Jersey. So this shows you we just have this cool air protecting us and keeping us more stable. And I think that's going to work to our benefit for tomorrow, avoiding any heavy rain. But still, you might want to take the umbrella out with you, especially if you're heading out early in the day. Hopefully by later in the day, you can put the umbrella away. By 6 o'clock, I think we're all dealing with mostly northwest winds here, and not much in the way of thunderstorm activity. And then you should have a nice Thursday to look forward to after that. What I do want to go to, though, next is the windy.com model. Yes, one more site that we want to go to look at, and that's that storm that we're going to have that is going to be developing. Now, this is the European model, so I want to kind of look at the European model and see how this handles the storm for Friday here. All right, so let's go to wind. We already have it on wind. So let's see if it's winding up developing anything. It doesn't develop it at all. Nope, I don't see it here at all. So very interesting. So it's only really showing up on the GFS and the Canadian. And this doesn't have the Canadian here. It only has the GFS. But we can look at the GFS and kind of show you the storm. Look at that. There it is. So that forms way. So the GFS and the Canadian seem to want to develop this storm, but the European does not want to develop this storm. And this, again, would be pretty intense storm. Again, some pretty strong winds. This thing heads toward Nova Scotia. Luckily, it doesn't affect us. This is what the GFS has. And the Canadian, or the RGEM, which is the local version, I believe, of the Canadian. But it stays away from us, pretty much. But still, it could kick up the waves. I'll pull this back a little bit. It does seem to have the waves, but again, because it's so far east on this GFS run, it wouldn't be a threat to us. But out in the open ocean, you're going to have waves probably over 20 feet, probably. Wouldn't be surprised if you see that. This is going to be quite an intense storm. And again, it's because when we look at the ocean temperatures, you have the warmer waters here, which show you, look at how warm some of these water temperatures are offshore. And that's what's going to help produce the energy for these storms. So anyway, that is going to be, I think that is going to be it for this weather update. Hopefully we can pull off a clear day on Thursday. We can put this also to the clouds, too. The clouds as well. Let me pull this back so you can take a look at the clouds for your Thursday. This is the European. All right, I know it's not updating now. All right, we have a bit of a problem. We have a bit of a glitch here. All right, no data. All right, let's switch this again. All right, seems like we are having a glitch with this. So I guess that's going to wrap up this weather update because that's all it's giving us right now, unfortunately. We're not getting any information. I could try this again. Reloading here with the clouds. Okay, now it's showing up. Okay, so let's go into Thursday here on the. You can see that there are some clouds over New Jersey, but it has Long Island less clouds. But I don't know if it's going to be a crystal clear day like we had. The European doesn't seem to think so. Friday we'll have some sun as well. By the way, we may have more. We have that easterly flow, so it'll help keep the clouds to the west. But we have to keep an eye on the weekend with that system there, keeping us unsettled for the weekend, kind of caught in that circulation around. It's going to be like a broad cyclonic circulation. So some clouds and some possible showers and kind of cool for the weekend. But I think that's going to wrap up this weather update. Take care. Thanks for watching.